and welcome to another episode of my fragrance reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing the very first perfume by actress Jennifer Aniston called Jennifer Aniston.
When it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year, but I'll be there for...
Back in 2010, actress Jennifer Aniston decided to join the long list of celebrities with perfumes and fragrances by releasing her very first ever self-titled fragrance, Jennifer Aniston. And I want to say that was probably around the spring of 2010. And the fragrance was initially launched overseas first, and it took about a year to make it to the United States, but when it did, it was such a big hit for her and made such a huge splash, and everyone was just so happy that Jennifer Aniston had decided to join the celebrity fragrance game by, releasing hers. And I've honestly loved this fragrance ever since I first smelled it in 2011. So it is a different kind of perfume. It's not what you would expect. I would say it's probably a little bit more subtle than what I expected from her, but once I started doing the research and everything and finding out exactly how she felt about the fragrance, it pretty much makes sense why it smells the way it smells. And I do love this fragrance, and anytime I've worn it, it is just such a treat, because I would say it's probably more appropriate in the spring and summer, but probably actually just more summer. So I would definitely say if you have this or you can get this, you'll probably only wear it in the summertime, because that's honestly when it's most appropriate and when you'll get the best, reaction from the scent. Now there is another bottle out there called Lola V Jennifer Aniston, but that's pretty much just the same fragrance. I want to say that may have only been released overseas, but I'm not exactly sure about that. But it's Jennifer Aniston. Don't get confused. If you find that fragrance, that is what I have here, Jennifer Aniston. So that to me is a little confusing, but I guess it's okay, because as long as you find the scent and you're wearing it, that's honestly all that matters. So now I want to show you guys the box, the very unique and actually very cool box that the Jennifer Aniston fragrance comes in. A lot of people love this fragrance just for the box because it is so unique. So it is pretty much just a white box, but it's made of a really soft material. It's actually very, sturdy and, just really good material, so it will hold up. And it's just white on the front with, all the little fragrance details along the bottom. Jennifer Aniston's name on the front. White on the sides, the back, top. And on the bottom it has the company information and all that, the ingredients. And back then, this fragrance was, back when this was first launched, it was actually put out by a company called Fan Fragrance Group, which she is actually no longer with this company, and I will explain that a little later. So overall, I love the box, and I'm sure a lot of people do, because it is so unique. When you open it, it's like that. So the lid, like the box, is sort of wavy and kind of just like the bottle, and then the bottle just sits in there like that. Well, like Jennifer Aniston herself, the ad campaign for her fragrance had to be sweet and sexy, and that's pretty much what I've always felt best describes Jennifer Aniston. She's a phenomenal actress. We all know her and love her from Friends and all of her fabulous movies and films that she's released over the years. She's definitely proven herself as an actress, and she is honestly one of the cutest human beings like ever. So she's definitely a low-key kind of woman, and very casual and sexy and sweet. So that's pretty much what the ad campaign for her fragrance, Jennifer Aniston, is. For her 2010 debut fragrance ad campaign, actress Jennifer Aniston takes us on a day at the beach. This ad campaign features the sexy and fearless Jennifer Aniston standing and sitting in many shots by a gorgeous ocean. Miss Aniston knows perfume is all about skin, so posing topless and revealing skin was exactly what she did for the ad campaign for her signature scent. Laughing at life, Lola V, Jennifer Aniston. Alrighty, so first I'm going to start off with showing you what I have here, which is actually the 2.9 85 milliliter bottle of Jennifer Aniston. I can honestly say I've always been in love with and impressed by this perfume bottle and fragrance, of course. The bottle itself is gorgeous. It's made of glass, so it's clear and see-through, and the liquid is actually a light yellowish color. So honestly, the liquid does give this bottle color, otherwise it would just be glass. But that's totally cool because the liquid does not stain. It is sort of a colorless liquid, so you'll never have to worry about anything like that. And then the cap comes off just like that, and the cap is just a plastic sort of cap with her name, Jennifer Aniston, along the rim. Now I have seen online where other bottles, like I said earlier, may say Lola V, Jennifer Aniston, which I do believe they were only released overseas. So this is definitely the US version of this fragrance, and just her name would be along the lid, or the rim of the lid. So some have said that it's just a plain bottle, it's just basic. I don't see that at all. I mean, it's sort of shaped like a wave, so it's definitely, the bottle itself has that whole beachy, you know, day at the beach vibe that Jennifer Aniston is going with this fragrance. So I personally think it's, you know, it suits the fragrance well, and it's definitely a beautiful bottle to, I don't know, have in your perfume wardrobe. And it's easy to grip, so I don't really have any issues with this bottle. And, you know, it's such a unique bottle that when Jennifer Aniston releases other perfumes in the future, which I will get to a little bit later as far as information about that, I hope she sticks with this because it's unique and beautiful and subtle, just like Jennifer Aniston herself. Okay, so now let's get to the good part. What does Jennifer Aniston actually smell like? I have to definitely emphasize again how unique smelling this perfume is. It's definitely a non-perfume kind of perfume, but it is a perfume. So you definitely won't, you know, regret wearing it and buying it. It's very unique, and I would say almost strictly summer scent, but you probably could get away with it in the spring if you really wanted to. So now I'm going to go ahead and discuss the notes that she used in this fragrance, which aren't, you know, there aren't many notes, but there are a few really good ones in there. So Jennifer Aniston decided to use in the top of her fragrance, the top notes, citrusy notes and rose. So I definitely would say a combination of the citrusy notes and the rose creates this sort of somewhat of a floral opening a little bit. I mean, it's kind of hard to describe. It sort of goes back and forth. It is citrusy, it is a bit floral, but it's not too much of either one. So it is, again, unique. I can't stress how unique it is. I'll probably say that a lot throughout this review. Okay, so in the heart of her fragrance, she decided to use jasmine, violet, and lily. So the heart is floral, and by the time you do, like, you spray the perfume, you get past the top, you can definitely detect floral notes in the heart, but none of those notes stick out by any means. I mean, there's no standout star. So it goes from a sort of citrusy opening to a floral middle, and the floral actually does pretty much mix with the base, which I will get to now. The base notes consist of musk, sandalwood, and amber. So I honestly feel like every time I've ever worn this fragrance, you definitely get to the base fairly quickly. But with hints of the citrus floral opening still in the base, just not quite as prominent, and it is definitely a very warm and musky dry down with this scent, which is actually my favorite part. Okay, so to quickly wrap up the Jennifer Aniston fragrance, this fragrance is a sexy and clean scent. Definitely like a day at the beach, and absolutely perfect for summertime wear, for sure. You could probably get away with it in the late spring, but I would definitely say this should be your go-to summer scent, without a doubt. You won't be sorry, and it will definitely change and surprise you throughout the day whenever you wear it. So Jennifer Aniston used in the top notes again, citrusy notes and rose, with the heart of jasmine, violet, and lily. And the base of her fragrance did consist of musk, sandalwood, and amber. So overall, a beautiful, fresh, a bit floral, very clean, and ultimately very sexy fragrance. Subtle, soft, and sweet, just like the actress Jennifer Aniston. Now, to a little bit of an update on Jennifer Aniston fragrances. So Jennifer Aniston did launch this fragrance back in the spring of 2010, and of course it hit the United States in the spring of 2011, so about a year later. Well, since the launch, she has kept her fans waiting 4 years to create and release a new fragrance. And good news is that she did do that. There is a brand new Jennifer Aniston fragrance on the market. She was not just a one and done kind of girl, just one scent sensation, a one sensation. She did decide to release a brand new fragrance, which I did get about a month ago, and I absolutely love it. I'm not going to review it now, but I am just going to show you and prove to you that Jennifer Aniston is definitely back in the fragrance game, and in a big way. So this is the box for her brand new fragrance, J by Jennifer Aniston, which is actually currently available at Kohl's department stores exclusively. And this is the bottle that J by Jennifer Aniston comes in. It's a bluish ombre bottle. It's gorgeous, and it's actually probably my favorite bottle from her yet. And I love the box and the ad campaign and all that for sure, which I'm not going to review this now. This is just to let you know Jennifer Aniston is definitely back in the fragrance game for sure. And this scent is phenomenal. I absolutely cannot wait to review this for you guys because I love it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the Jennifer Aniston fragrance, but this is probably my favorite just because she's back with this in a big way. And this fragrance was launched under the company Elizabeth Arden, so she's with a phenomenal company in her second perfume, and just go check it out. So go grab this now. You won't regret it for sure. Okay, well, that's gonna do it for my review of the Jennifer Aniston fragrance. Thank you guys so much for supporting my channel and viewing my videos in this video. And I absolutely love reviewing fragrances at this point. It has been so much fun, and I'm almost halfway through my first season of Celebrity First fragrances, so this is definitely a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to some fragrances that I'm going to be reviewing in the future. Got some really great perfumes lined up for sure. So thank you again, and as always, feel free to follow me on Twitter or Instagram at Perfume Dude BB, and I will see you guys again soon with another fabulous fragrance review. Until then, bye.